Hello. My hair's looking crazy. And Tuck won't leave me alone. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Melanie and I love to experiment on my wavy slash kind of curly hair so that you don't have to. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all about how I refresh my hair. I have 3 different main ways that I will refresh my hair depending on what day it is and how my hair is holding up from its wash day. So I'm going to go through all of those with you today. They are all fairly quick because I don't like to take a lot of time on my refresh days to do my hair. I take enough time on my wash days. So we're not trying to go all complicated here. We're just trying to get it to look good and then head out the door. If you would like to see more videos such as this one, please subscribe to my channel and turn on those post notifications down below so that you know every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So this is my hair after I have slept on it all night. It's actually like 12 o'clock and I still haven't taken my hair down from when I woke up like 5 hours ago. But this is what my hair looked like afterwards. I do a pineapple, which if you don't know how to do that, I will show you real quick, but let me take it down. Let's see what we're working with. With this bun, all you do is you gather the hair at the top of your head. I like to do it like flipped over, and then you take your hair, you go all the way through the loop once, and then you go through the loop halfway the second time around, and you make sure that the hair that is not pulled through is in the front. So honestly, when I was like in middle school, the really cool thing to do was to wear a bun like this, but like with all this hair going in the back. It was the style. So I'm very familiar with this hairstyle, just reversed. And then if you have lots of hair like mine that's going to flip back while you sleep, see how my bun is like flipping backwards? I take these little clips and I just clip a couple of sections, and then that way the hair stays in place, and I promise it doesn't create crazy dents in your hair as you sleep in the night. So I'm going to again take this down and see what we are working with. Alright guys, so this is my hair fresh out of the pineapple. The first tip I have to you is to let your hair settle. Do not immediately try to refresh this hair because first off, like, it's still kind of like stuck in its up form. So I'm going to let my hair kind of settle. Oh, I can unclip my bangs now. I'm going to let my hair settle for at least 10 minutes. I'll just run around doing things. Once I feel like my hair is finally settled down, I will show you how I refresh my hair. All right guys, it has been 10 minutes. As you can see, my hair already looks like 10 times better. So definitely the key is to wait before you refresh, because I honestly would go out with this and I wouldn't care. I also forgot to mention at the beginning that I am on day 3 hair currently. So yesterday I refreshed, and then today I'm going to show you all the refreshes. Now, the first way to refresh, and the simplest way in my opinion, is to take a curl refreshing spray and spray it all throughout your hair, scrunch it, and then just leave it be. So today I'm going to use the Naughty Hello Curls Define and Reshape Curl Primer. So they also say that you can use this. This is a leave-in, but you can also use this as a refreshing spray. So I'm gonna do that first. This is one of the ways, if I saw my hair today and wasn't doing like 5 million refreshes for you guys, then this is probably the way I would refresh, either this way or the next way that I'm going to show you. So I'm just gonna take it. Always make sure you get that under part, and then I'm just gonna spritz it throughout all my hair. Again, making sure I get the under part, the front especially, and then just kind of spritzing it all over. Make sure you get that back area, and then maybe smooth it down a bit and scrunch. And if I'm looking over here, that's because my mirror's over there, so. And then I would just walk out the door. If you don't like the feeling of your hair being like kind of wet, then you can diffuse it if you want to, and then you are good to go. Now, if you have little pieces, like this, for example, is like super stringy today, then you can do a pin curl where you take the curl, you make sure it's nice and wet. So I'll put the refresh spray in my hand, and I will twirl it up. And then sometimes I'll just like kind of squeeze it and then let it drop, or I'll pin it and let it dry that way. But I think I'm just gonna let it drop for now. See how it already looks so much more defined, and it just blends in a little better with the rest of my hair. So I'm gonna go dry this real quick so that I can show you guys the other refreshes without like messing my hair up. Side note before we get to the second one, just know that my hair might look a little crazy afterwards because I'm doing like a bunch of refreshes in one. But don't be alarmed, I promise they work. So I am back and my hair is now dry, so I'm going to show you my second refresh. If you looked at the first refresh and you're like, girl, that is not enough to get my hair's bounce back, do not worry, have no fear. The foam refresh is here. Okay, so our second way to refresh fairly quickly. Now this one obviously is going to take a little longer than just spraying something in your hair and leaving, but that is the foam refresh. So what I will do is I will kind of glaze some water over my hair, and then I will use a foam to add more definition and hold back into my hair without weighing it down with like a gel. Just gonna take this. Normally I would do this at my sink. I just wet my hands because I don't want to like spray it directly on my hair. I don't want it that wet. I'll just take my hands and I will glaze the water on the front and back of my hair. Grab a little more. I'm just gonna do one side at a time. I am making sure I get the back, but I kind of split my hair in the back, making sure I get those ends. Scoot back a little so you can see. And then I'm going to take this foam, get about 3 pumps. Also glaze that on over. And then I'm going to scrunch it. So with this one, I do feel like it defines your curls a lot better than the other one. And it's still, you're not wetting your hair enough for it to take forever to dry. While I'm talking, I'm gonna do the other side. It does not take your hair forever to dry, but it does take a lot longer than the other one. Not a lot longer. It does take longer than the other one, of course. You're wetting your hair more than you did. This is how I refreshed my hair yesterday, which is funny because I feel like today I would have just gone with the primer refresh. So 3 more pumps. And again, making sure you get that underneath section is very important, because if you miss that underneath section, especially with not super curly wavy hair, it will look like a rat's nest if you do not get that under section. All right, so at this point, you can diffuse your hair or you can let your hair air dry, but you will have a bit of crunchiness. So you will have to scratch out that crunch a bit. And also I would recommend going in with an oil, again, just to make sure any frizzy flyaways are laid down. When you're refreshing, you're gonna have more frizz than you do on your wash day. It's just inevitable. Embrace it, but also use an oil to smooth it down. I recommend the SGX NYC Abracadabra Invisible Styling Oil. Someone asked me if this is Curly Girl approved. Heck no, it is not. The first ingredient is dimethicone, so it's not curly girl approved, but as you know, I do not, or if you don't know, I do not follow the curly girl method. I just use some of the curly girl method to help with the health of my hair while also doing what works for my hair. I also forgot to mention this foam. I'm on a roll. I am using the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Frizz-Free Curl Mousse. I like this stuff. It has some proteins in it, and I feel like it really does help define my hair on my refresh days. I don't necessarily use this during wash days, but refresh is where it is at. So again, I'm going to go diffuse my hair really quickly to dry this, and then I will come back and show you the final result. All right, I diffused, and I'm going to take a couple of squirts of my oil, glaze it over, and then scrunch out that crunch, because we don't like crunchy hair. I really hate any kind of crunch in my hair, honestly, guys. Like, I know some people that can leave like a little bit of crunch in their hair and they're good to go, and then that way the next day it's like still nice and defined. Yeah, I can't do that. All right, guys, so these are the results of the foam refresh. If I was picking my refreshes today, again, this would have been number 2 way of refreshing today, because I felt like my hair was in a good state. So the third and final way to refresh is mainly if you feel like the foam refresh is not going to do enough and the curl reshaping spray, whatever you want to call it, is not going to do enough. You just think your hair is beyond those. It looks stringy, it looks kind of tangled, it just does not look good. And normally this is my day 4 or day 5, if I can make it, refresh hair hack, and that is to dry brush my hair. Now, if you have a tighter curl pattern than I do, like a 3A and above, I do not recommend doing a dry brush as a refresh, because your hair is just going to get poofy and all like Hermione Granger on you, and you don't want that. Now, my hair does get kind of poofy when I do a dry brush, but I kind of like it. So this will give me more like loose, like voluminous waves, and I am all for that. So I am making sure my hair is like actually dry before I go in with this brushing, because if my hair is wet, I'm just gonna straighten it out. So I am going to take it to one side. I will hold my hair and slowly start from the bottom, and I will just work my way up my hair. Again, not pulling. It looks like I'm pulling, but I'm like hitting something, and then it's just like my hair is like getting out from under the brush. So I promise that's not a pull. I'm kind of sad to do this refresh, honestly, because my hair was looking so good. I mean, I like this refresh too. I think my hair looks good with this refresh as well, but since it was doing so well, I kind of hate to see that go, especially on day 3. Alright, and then I always like to get the part as well. Get that scalp stimulated since we can. That is the perks of having wavy hair instead of curly hair. We can dry brush and be fine. Alright, so with the dry brush refresh technique, you can do it 2 ways. You can either leave it like this and just put some oil in your hair to smooth down some frizz, and then you are good to go. As you can see, I mean, it still looks pretty good. It might look a little poofier than normal. I mean, I'm kind of for it. So the second way you can refresh your poofy brushed out hair is actually how I used to refresh my hair all the time when I first started styling my wavy hair. Guys, if you are at the beginning of your wavy hair journey, this is the refresh to do, because it honestly gave me the best results. I hated doing a refresh where I didn't brush my hair because I felt like it never looked good, and I still to this day don't think it ever looked good when I did not dry brush my hair at that point. Now I feel like I can do the other ones just as well, but this one is for all of my transitioning wavies out there. So you can leave it like this, or you can take some water. I'm gonna try not to spray my tree and create an electrical fire. You just kind of spray it down. Make sure to get that underneath part. And then the other side. And then again, you are going to take some foam or some gel or just kind of whatever. I used to use foam and gel to do this, but I don't think it's necessary. So then you're just gonna smooth it in your hair and scrunch it up. And I'm going to have so much freaking product in my hair by the end of this. So this is a slightly wetter transformation. Like, I'm even gonna wet it down a little more. You're almost completely re-wetting your hair, but like, I keep my roots out because my roots are what have the volume at this point. Ooh. Yeah, add a little bit more here too, especially on the ends. All right, taking some more foam, smoothing it all over my hair, scrunching it in. And again, I kind of left out my roots as I was spraying my hair so that they don't get super weighed down. I mainly just want definition more towards the bottom of my hair. All right, so now I am going to go diffuse my hair until it is completely dry, and then I'll come back to scrunch out the crunch. All right, I am back from diffusing. That did take longer than when I did just the foam refresh. So do know that it took me, I want to say like 5 to 10 minutes. And let you on a little secret, my hair is not completely dry, but so I'm going to smooth the oil over my hair and scrunch out that crunch, which is like really intense for some reason. Good Lord. So again, I would leave this refresh to if you just cannot get your hair to look good on the other refreshes. And honestly, sometimes I will do this refresh directly after another one. If I'm like, nope, doesn't look good, let me try again. All right, that's good enough. All right, guys, so these are the finished results of the dry brush. As you can see, they're not as defined as my other previous results, but they still look nice and wavy and bouncy, and I think they look really good. Now, if you feel like after all of these refreshes, if you're like, man, my hair still just is not looking good today, and again, that can sometimes be me, then find a cute hairstyle to help you out. So, headband. Putting a headband in, honestly, hang on, let me put it in correctly. Putting a headband in kind of creates some more volume, and it kind of brings some other curls up to the front. So I definitely think it adds something. You wouldn't think a headband would create more definition, but somehow it does. It's like magic. I don't know. Also, in these colder months, I have been sporting a toboggan, which hides half of my hair, and I kind of like when my hair looks a little messy at the bottom, so toboggans are the best way to go. I don't know why this is so poofy, like towards the front. Like, come back a little. It does bobble though. And of course, my last point, just know that refresh days are not always going to be perfect. Your hair might have some crazy waves in there. I mean, I have some stringy pieces, but you know what? As long as you don't look at yourself too much in the mirror, you're gonna be fine. So just remember that wavy hair is not a uniform pattern. You're gonna have many different patterns. You're gonna have some kinky ones. You're gonna have some really straight ones. Just let your expectations die down a little and just love your hair no matter what kind of crazy state it's in. Well guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like if you enjoyed this video. It would help me out greatly and I would appreciate it. It lets me know that you enjoyed this type of video. Leave a comment down below letting me know which routine you are gonna try. And if you try them out, go ahead and tag me on Instagram. I am at wavygirlmelanie, and I would love to see you guys try out these refresh routines and see how they worked for you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!